Hello YouTube, Tank Trail here. I am in the Little Cypress Creek Preserve in Cypress, Texas. Just doing a short day hike today. I've done almost 3 miles. Been walking through the forest. Saw several signs for deer, raccoon, squirrel. Went up and down the creek a couple times. It's been a while since my last adventure, so it looks like I may not have time for another full adventure anytime soon. But wanted to get out here and just kind of get outdoors and show off a few of my a few cool items of kit that I've got in the last few months, Christmassy time. One of them that I got for Christmas, the Garmin 64 ST. This is the one with the 100K topo maps built in. And then I also custom overlay my maps that I use for the area. This thing is incredibly accurate. GLONASS receiver. It'll get you within basically 3 feet of what you're looking for. Outstanding product. I'm very impressed in this. Let me know in the comments if you'd like a full review, and I'll get one of those done. Most of you that subscribe to my channel know I am an avid geocacher. I love going out. As a matter of fact, I've picked up 2 while out on these trails. The third one eluded me. There's no clear path to get there, and I do not feel like bushwhacking all day today. So, anyways, another cool item that I picked up, keep right here on the side of my geocaching pack. This is the Gerber Strong Arm serrated blade. It's made by Gerber, lifetime warranty, and it is razor sharp. This was also a gift. You can see it will chop, it will slice. Maybe do a little carving with it here in a little bit and see what we can carve up with it, see how well it feather sticks. But you know, excellent knife. It's got the bone crusher on the pommel. Very balanced, very good in the hand, great grip on it. It is outstanding. Looks like this very great knife. Great sheath also. Multiple mounting options. It's MOLLE compatible. You can see I've got it laced into the MOLLE on the pack. It also has a belt clip and a belt loop. Alright, another awesome item I picked up is the Garmin Fenix 2 GPS watch. I've made a custom band on that out of 550 cord, but this isn't ordinary 550 cord. This is Titan paracord. Included with the 7 strands of the paracord in there. There's also fishing line. I think it's 8-pound or 20-pound test, and snare wire, and also fire starting cordage. You can fray apart and it'll take a spark really well, like a fire cord. But excellent survival item. I'm going to be lacing it into all of my equipment in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, just a few of the goodies. I also picked up from Amazon right here a nice medical pack, and I've also added some band-aids, but it's got medical shears, compress, tourniquet. It's more of a triage pack, as well as numerous bandages and all that fun stuff. And I got a new pack. This is going to be my day pack slash geocaching pack. This is the Monkey Packs. It's made by Monkey Packs. I'm not sure what the model number is. I'll put it in the description as soon as I look that up. But it's a modular system. It's got a pocket on the side, a pocket on the front, and another pocket on this side, as well as MOLLE throughout. So we can, I can basically strap on anything and everything that I want. But it is a beautiful day. It's 70 degrees here in Houston today, and cold front came through. Everyone was panicking, but 70 degrees isn't cold. I just got back from a trip from Montreal a few weeks ago. Now that was cold. The high while I was there was 21, 22 degrees, I think. It was frigid. And then got back and took a few days off and went down to Galveston Island with the family. Spent some days on the beach recovering from that cold weather. Awesome trip. I just wanted to say hi and try to get something up. I hadn't posted anything in a while. The last adventure that I did was the Wounded Warrior Project, and it was Project Odyssey. That was really the kind of flagship video of what this channel is going to be about. It's just me going out on adventures, also reviewing the equipment that I use on these adventures. So let's go carve up some stuff with this strong arm and see how well it does. Yeah, looks like we got a nice piece of appears to be white oak here. It's been sitting on the ground, so it's a little dry. We're going to see what we can do with her. Do a little bit of notching with the serrations. Appears to do pretty good. Definitely doesn't cut as good as my Mora did, but it does get the job done in a pinch. It's more of a fighting knife, I believe. Self-defense type blade. Let's see. Get some shavings. Pretty fine. Definitely would make some good tinder. As far as doing the long curls, the serrations kind of mess that up every time I get to that. But it will cut, it will definitely carve. But I think we'll stick with the Mora for the bush crafting. Maybe this as kind of an emergency backup blade. Yeah, if I could find a piece. Just wanted to make sure everyone got a nice shot of the creek behind me. This is the Little Cypress Creek, not to be confused with the Big Cypress Creek. We did get quite a bit of rain, so the water is pretty cloudy, but both times I've been down here, it's been like this. It's real sandy bottom. I don't think there's real good fishing in here. It's more drainage ditch than a creek, but you know, we take what we can get. This is the Little Cypress Creek. It's a nice little nature trail through this park. You can see they got little stumps. That one says sweet gum, tells you what kind of tree it is. Take the little ones out here so they can learn. It's important to know what kind of tree and what the attributes are of that tree in case you ever need it. We are going to begin our hike back to the truck now. Shouldn't take us too long. We're pretty close to Telge Park. Telge Park butts right up against the Little Cypress Creek Preserve. You can go across the street to Bud Hadfield Park, where they got a nice frisbee golf course, a few other things to go out and play with. The trails here are not very well marked at all. In fact, it's kind of lucky it's a small park, because otherwise a lot of people might get lost. But not me. I got enough GPS technology on that I could bring in the space shuttle if I needed to. Funny story about GPS. As you know, we geocache, me and my in-laws and the wife and kiddos. Now, on one particular geocaching adventure, we were trying to find some cave paintings around border of Colorado, I think it was, or out in New Mexico somewhere, I don't remember. But it had apparently snowed up there, not in Texas where we lived, so we didn't really prepare for it, but we turned down the wrong road, which wasn't really a road, it was a trail, and I had to put the truck in four-wheel drive with, you know, 2 kids and a mother-in-law and a father-in-law and a wife. You know, we were getting through it, and everyone told me to stop, but I didn't. And I came through a break in a fence line, and on the other side was about a 6-foot deep snowdrift, and there we sat. And so we tried to dig our way out, and there was no joy on that. I tried to find something to come along to, but of course, being out in the flat prairie, there was no trees to be found. Finally, the mother-in-law and the wife took off out into the woods, or out into the fields, to try to get to a road to get some help. And I kept trying to get us out with the kids and my father-in-law, and finally I actually climbed on top of my expedition and held my phone way up in the air and put it on speaker, and managed to get a hold of the sheriff's department. And trying to explain where we were, I had no idea what the road names were. At the time, my GPS wasn't loaded down, so I didn't have maps. But I did have my GPS coordinates, and when I gave those to the sheriff's dispatcher, she had no idea what to do with them. So I explained to her, go to Google Maps and type this in, and I gave her my coordinates, and she goes, "Oh, I know right where you are." And sure enough, the sheriff on his way out saw my wife and mother-in-law on the side of the road and picked them up. And by this time, I had walked out to the road to link up with him, and here comes my mother-in-law and the sheriff and my wife all in the car coming to pull us out. So long story short, we ended up stuck. We got out, and we never did find the cave paintings, which I promise, honey, I will take you to see one day. Well, one thing I want to start doing on the channel is taking recommendations on adventures I should try. Now, if you know anything in and around the Houston area, any trails to hike, any backcountry areas that would be good for an overnight adventure, anything and everything, rock climbing, I doubt we're going to find that near Houston. It's pretty flat around here. But yeah, if you have any recommendations, you know, put them in the comments below, let me know, and we'll see what we got. But I look forward to our next overnight camp out, or whatever next adventure might be. Maybe I'll take one of your recommendations and run with it. So, until next time, this is Tank Trail.